side of the head. We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
He's practically admitting to it.
So you admitted to killing him. It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
Damn.
Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Another sudden twitch, then one more in his right eye.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Come on, what am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells.
That was
the
loud.
dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
I tried to catch the flowers, chat. I couldn't catch them. Oh, yeah.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony.
Ow.
And nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Thank you, Head. Thank you.
You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal. Nothing else comes up. You see the Kuno watch you try to stimulate thought processes by hitting yourself.
If only there was another, I don't know, professional who had been along for like literally the entire game up until this point, standing with me to try to like back me up and remember the clues that we had parsed together simultaneously instead of, I don't know, this 12-year-old little shit where I'm basically having to figure this out by myself.
I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Yo, a word.
He gestures to talk to you on the side. No, I'm almost there. Excuse us for a moment. Kuno, what?
Okay, so we've got the old fuck.
The kid whispers, his eyes bugging out of his skull. Do you think he did it?
Oh fuck, he's practically dying to big up how he did it. Just get him to cough it up. Kuno's got your back.
I'm slapping myself to get ideas. I'm trying to get him to confess. How do you think the questioning is going? What am I missing? What haven't I done? I'm slapping myself to get ideas!
Yeah, Kuno can see that. So can fucking Murder Rooney here. You should stop. It's weird as fuck.
How do you think the questioning is going?
Good. I think it's going really fucking well. Just cut it with the punch and shit, alright? Makes us look like we got nothing.
What am I missing?
Well, there's the gun. Why you still haven't picked it up and used it against him is beyond Kuno.
Because it's not the right gun. Maybe it is.
Good. Talk to him. Demonstratively pick it up. Then push it along with other accusations. This is a good idea.
Yes, Kuno can see that. You got this. Think of like, what other shit he's done too. Kuno can tell he's a killer. Kuno's in the game. Let's fucking do this, pig.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
About this gun. My partner noticed your gun on the ground.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Take a look.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46 millimeter, made in Sinyao.
Like he said.
This guy smoked a lot of people with this, huh?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
Uh-oh. This uses jacketed 4.46 ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him later.
All right. I think it's time to do the composure checks. Assess his body language, but hold on.
I ain't going anywhere.
Oh, this is the rifle. The bolt-action 4.46 poor man's sniper rifle. Not the most reliable, it is relatively precise due to manageable recoil, allowing the shooter to make multiple consecutive shots fast. This piece is missing a scope, though. There's gotta be a scope somewhere if this is the murder weapon. I need plus composure, not minus composure. The empathy is not that important right now. We could do Inland Empire and Volition, since it's kind of like we don't really need the drama, I don't think. Give me the composure shoes. Or I could just say screw it and just go. Oh, composure pants. And composure shoes. Alright, let's do this.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He is surprisingly okay.
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
But by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system. And also flashes of lust, simmering in there. Not too common in people his age.
Lust. Wouldn't his glands have stopped by now? Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
What about the lust?
There is definitely something hormonal there. Whatever the condition he's suffering, there is a sexual element to it.
Mr. Dross, are you on some kind of psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
Didn't he say?
You said you take painkillers.
I take them to cope with pain. The people of this city use painkillers because they have pain. Untreated illnesses, not enough money for a greedy doctor.
He is indeed very lucid at times. It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Are you on amphetamines?
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
Pyrrolidon, then.
I don't know what that is.
Mr. Dross, are you okay? How's your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
How many people do you see right now?
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage. And the stomach thing too, of course. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
Alright, hold on. Old man, I gotta take these clothes off that I just put on. I don't need the composure. I don't feel like authority is gonna help me. I like the reaction speed and hand-eye if something goes weird. I don't like only having 7 drama, but drama hasn't been very useful lately. So we'll go with this.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
One more time, Mr. Dross, the Colonel.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all you care about, right? The only thing in the world for you types.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Tear into him again. Pile it on him.
Maybells behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez. Just here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
Bet you've been sneaking around a lot, hidden. Know any secret paths? Kuno knows paths.
I may.
A curious tremor passes his face. A young woman called Clausier. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window.
Clausier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Clausier. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
But you know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch and spasm.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Almost. But you need one more. Just one. Or maybe 2.
Chat. Didn't Electro just say he had something weirdly sexual overdosing? He's been watching Clausier and obsessing over her. He took a trip with the flowers as a gift to give to her. But obviously she had no idea why the hell there were flowers there. And when he saw another man with her, he killed her and created a parasocial relationship. There you go. There's my Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau's solution to this. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing. I just put all the pieces together. Somehow my 12-hour stream brain is still concocting theories. I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the soles of your shoes, please.
Fucking imbecile.
The man stretches out his leg. Black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out running shoes on his feet.
The maker is Sensorique. The model is Corbe, and the size is 43.
I am extremely perceptive right now.
These are not the unusual horizontal patterned souls you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
Why is there a drama check right now? Why is there a red drama check? Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. Doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The kid gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
I don't need your cooperation. I got the gun.
Got nothing to say about that boomstick, huh? You choking? That's the stick that did it?
Yes, it's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those, jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
How can he even see that? There's like buildings in the way.
He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Okay, if you say so.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
We saved a lot of them. Their leader, Titus, we handled that situation.
You didn't handle anything. I watched it happen. You let those murderers rip right into them. Got most of them killed. Even the fat one.
Like, it was even, dude. Like, 3 of us died, 3 of them died. It was that I had a good KDR for my first match, considering they didn't let me put my god armor on, okay?
None of those people mean anything to you. The vultures feed on this city, and you prepare the meal for them.
You're getting diverted. Push the gun. Only the gun matters.
Listen, stop squirming. I have the murder weapon.
You let them all die. Pranced around. Let your little friend be shot too. I didn't get a good look at that. Tell me, did he bleed out?
Do I have to go rogue? Am I gonna go rogue cop right now? Don't talk to me about Kim.
I know what it feels like. I lost people because I was weak too.
Shut up. I'm calling it. I have the murder weapon.
Who are you trying to prove this to, huh? Your friend? He's not here. He's dead, isn't he?
He's not dead. He's in the hospital.
The world will rejoice when he dies. One fascia less.
He hisses, glances into the reeds, and twitches suddenly.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a rapist. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. He was a soldier, too. He was a man. See what chat thinks before I make a decision. Well, chat votes. I got 3 skilly points again. Let's bump logic right at the end. Wait, I canceled the vote, apparently. Here, do that again. Did I screw it up? You gotta click on the screen. You can't type it in chat, but I appreciate the thought. Ooh, chat's a little conflicted. 4139 is pretty close. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground, moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
It's confession.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So, you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You could almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists began to tremble from the anger. Just nod, hold your breath, or hounded you. I'm gonna hold my breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away. Some dark peace.
I think I was right. Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Task complete. Not sure if it matters, but there you go.
Fucking hell.
The kid looks at him for 1, maybe 2 seconds, breathing heavy with excitement. Boom! The revelation! I just nailed you, super cop of Jamrock. You understand you're confessing to murder, a police officer? See if chat still, how they feel. How do you guys feel? Still super cop to the bitter end. Wait. Chat going by the book? No, you guys suck. I just nailed you, dude! Super cop of Jamrock.
Moronic, gloating psychopath.
Bro, scroll up, dude. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me. I did. I saw him kneel there with the mouth full of death and that stupid look on. Egoist. Okay? Takes one to know one, bitch.
Now, a motive. You still need a motive. The confession alone isn't enough.
Wait, motive, why?
He could say he was taking the fall for someone. Insane. Coerced. It's useless in court without a motive. Don't mess this up. Coax it out of him. He's still warm. They were fucking.
One more thing. Why were you looking at him that night?
I'm always looking.
Get curtains, chat. You gotta get curtains. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
You always creeping on people through your scope like that?
Kuno, I told you the footprints in the secret room were important, okay? And the peephole, you didn't. Nobody listened to me.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like what you see,
Click.
If it's part of the shit you see.
then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it.
Conceptualization.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about when you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So, jealous.
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
For him to stop reacting to stimuli. To be broken off from the world. Cordoned into darkness.
And I wanted to see his head explode.
Okay.
That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
Her body sweating from the drugs, slick from cerebral hemorrhage. This man has seen past her, like you did. And now he longs to see her covered in blood.
So what, he didn't like her either? Because she was fake?
To punish her.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Dude, this is the actual voice of Martinez. He's the watcher. He just shoots people. If he disagrees with them, punishes them from afar. What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
And beautiful.
That, too. The sun came up, and her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked more fags and snorted a line of whatever shit she was on. Right there. She needed it just to move.
What do you think she's hiding? She just bailed, dude.
Her passport and tickets to Villiers.
Yeah, what
And
happened
from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminole.
He stole it.
Hidden away at the edge of the earth.
He
Near
got
the
the
pale.
boy. He stole stuff from the boy.
After she was gone.
Did you keep the materials? When I found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I'd put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
Oh, it was a different name. We have only 2 points. I want to put a point into rhetoric to talk to this guy, but I'm scared I'm gonna need some points for some surprise thingy. So let's just hold off. We're doing fine. You saw her name on the passport, but when I said her name, you didn't seem to recognize it.
You didn't say Clausia in there.
What did it say on the passport?
It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo.
I checked the submersible. There was nothing there.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
A strange confusion comes over him from time to time. Some kind of aberration of the nervous system.
He doesn't remember the details. Moving on.
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks. And a body hard and lean and bruised all over. Black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
Uh-oh. Wait, he's been watching everyone this whole time? That means he's been watching me. We're about to get judged, I think. He's gonna be our, like, are you going to heaven or hell ending guy.
The bruises. Can you make that out in a scope? And the fact that she was a spook? How did he come to that?
First, you could tell she was a spook just from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sort of sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
And the bruises. You could see that through a scope?
You can't see that through a scope. It's just a blur there.
How does he know these minute details about her body? You wanted to punish her, so you killed them. Dude, 92. Remember when I put, actually we have max reaction, so this is just in the hands of Orange Jesus.
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body. Any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that?
With a clip point knife.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
You ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those are your footprints. You just change your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And, that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake.
Yeah, the lightning gets you going. Speed freaks fucking in the bushes.
I forgot. He's having this whole conversation while Kuno's here. Kuno, we're gonna have to bleach your brain after this, okay? We're gonna have to do a full Kuno reset after all this is done. How'd you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
How did you get this steel door open?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
You had feelings for her.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glistened suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There have been others.
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No,
Then why?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was that?
The day after I killed him.
You brought Maybells.
Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to manipulate her. You wanted to console her. Say nothing. I mean, you probably wanted to console her, but consoling her is manipulating her. The dessert. It looks like old Etalyx, bro. How does this dude look literally even 1% like me? Have you ever seen Etalyx? Dude's face, his chin has a chin, chat. Stop lying. Everyone in chat's just lying now. It's too early. It's 6 a.m. It's too early for this. I'm not even going to entertain this. You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
You saw through her, so did I. She did deserve a good punishing. Dude, relax! I hate women too, you know. I'm not like that. I don't think like that. Men are insane. Shake your head. Say nothing. Shaking my head. These options feel very different from all the other ones. Hey, she did have some bullshit. I mean, you gotta listen. She didn't deserve for you to kill her boyfriend and frame her for murder, but like something's weird.
You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul
This is
of the
the subset.
bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism and desperation.
I'm not like that. I don't think like that.
No one gives a shit what you think. You and your cronies kill 10 working-class men a day. I've heard the statistics on Channel 8.
All right. Old sniper assassin watches Fox News every day. All right. So in conclusion, it wasn't about him. It was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
It was about bitches.
There, motive, detective. We have it.
All right, I have a third skill point. I'm doing rhetoric now. Because I'm tired of this guy.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away. We don't know where she is. She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort. We arrested her. Chat, help me out here. Chat wants to be honest. Chat, please put on your Yup Time goggles. We're now entering the 5th hour of Yup Time. Actually, 6th, Syntax, don't remind me. She got away, but she let us hear first.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew.
This old man has the longest convo in the game. I did not we've probably been here for an hour and a half. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing.
She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusanne's central aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south. Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
And she didn't help us until she already bailed.
We can totally get more out of him. He's squealing.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
Yeah, I've picked up on that.
Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
It's kind of how I feel as well, Physical Instrument. We've already got a confession and motive, but... Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
Could be a serial killer.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put of hatred. Detest pushes the cobwebs out of his eyes. Pushes the melancholy aside. He relishes it.
Such as, more specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Everard?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square.
That's okay.
To spit on the working class.
I just wanted you to know, I and my brand manager fixed that with my net worth, okay? Now it's a totally different statue, very disco, very modern. Let him finish.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins.
Chat, the sun's up.
Intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
The boom morons. You mean a Nordic dance music to the mega?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no.
Skibbity, skip a danger. I am the rearranger.
The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Drugs are bad. Unless I take morphine. Morphine's good. It makes me feel good, but drugs are bad.
Shut up.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt Frisell is now dead.
Now I have some questions about this.
We did good when we pushed him under the horse car. Until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. What was that about? Steroids? It piqued your interest. There was something about a statue and
Oh my
nihilistic
God.
advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
We can get more out of him, by the way, guys. Disco whores?
Whores.
That's all he says. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth. And the racist on the gates, pumped full of steroids.
Yes, steroids. A racist on steroids.
You mean Measurehead?
What is my opinion? You think the rich man has an opinion on this idiocy? Is the rich man on the radio telling you his opinion? No. The rich man's looking at real estate and fiddling his kids, wading through the corpses.
You have a very interesting idea about money, I guess.
Ha, yes, but he was there. Why was he there if you can't have an opinion?
Then why was he there? You're right. I too am a level-headed moral person, unaffected by Measurehead. I, for one, do have an opinion on Measurehead that people need to hear, and it's not positive. Did you notice that he's not... Point toward the general area of your face. God. No. I, for one, do have an opinion on Measurehead, and it's not positive.
You moralist types are all crypto-fascists, eternally fascinated with lurid race topics, helping the ruling class conduct their swindle, keeping the inane conversation going on Channel 4. The rich man doesn't care about complexion. He rules the world, and he laughs at your moral soliloquies.
Okay. But what's the difference in the man ruling the world and you? At the end of the day, they both get buried 6 feet under. Except you're living your life in next to a smoldering campfire on like a frozen island.
Now wait a moment. Let's get serious here.
Glad I pumped rhetoric at the end just now. Makes you have another point. I could do drama one more. Do encyclopedia one more. Let's get serious. This is the real world, and in the real world it means something if your skin is a certain color and you say things.
I've seen the real world. In '06, the flags unfolding, young people marching, being kind to each other. They dreamt of a million years in the stars. This here is pale in waiting.
Pale and waiting.
The end. The pale will swallow all of this.
Kind of right,
the
though.
water, the sky, the city. Soon, there is nothing to be serious about. We're all gone. Steroids and radio shows. Probably that Revachol 98 AM. That's irradiating the lumpen. It's the worst.
There's something about the statue on the roundabout and syphilis?
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Good. Now, that's settled. You mentioned the Union is social democratic. And Mr. Clare a farce of social democrat?
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the Union's top brass.
Who, you talking about Everard?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Edgar.
You mean the person that we don't know if we've met or not?
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin, where it's alienation this and hegemony that.
So you did talk to Edgar.
First against the wall with him.
He stopped poking at the ash and shakes his head.
The Clears know everything about Martinez. Of course they know him too. Maybe they asked him to.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I've hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains.
He points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
What did you guys talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
I hate stuff. I hate beds and blankets. And gas cookers. And electricity. And sex. And smoke. And drugs. And dirt. And air. And I pretty much hate everything, I guess. I don't know what I do. I just shoot. I shoot the fascists and the bad guys. That's what I do. That's the only thing I like doing, is killing and guns. And he let you be here?
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Still going strong. Not really strong, Eric. I'm very weak right now. Mr. Dross, did you kill the Crenell mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again, what have you done for him before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them, but he's insinuating something. There is more here. You can feel it. He was not outright lying, but almost.
This is a red logic check and cannot be retried, chat. 92%. I could put one emergency logic point in, but I'm just going to let it ride, and if we fail, that's just par for the 8% course.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water.
That's close.
Dark, cold water.
20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they?
Hey,
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
So who did?
that bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
His eyes glisten with hatred.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him, tempered by something familiar to you. A familiar rage.
She was also a woman, wasn't she? Oh, was that the dude? Oh, dude, wait a second. Isn't that the backstory we got of the person who didn't show up suddenly for the vote that they had that Everard beat? And we suspected Everard of foul play. She was also a woman, wasn't she, like Clausier?
She was. And she was real soft on those money men. Had a Barbara Muskova bag over her shoulder that she liked to bring to work.
And then she just disappeared.
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like a piss stain.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
But did she? They say it was her daughter who called in for her. That wasn't her daughter, was it?
No, I guess it was not.
You could swear you see the embers glow under his eyes. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is, the bend in the river. The truth.
Why?
Because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled? Hard to say. It was a sloppy job. And a moving target. She was going home. Waddling. Dressed in yellow. Drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
So, you shot her too.
Someone shot her, or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes. All I know is...
Another big spike of rage, different from the one he has for her.
Nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Slippery fuck didn't keep his word.
The kid's been listening mouth agape.
Now that sounds like you want me to testify in your charade of law. My days are numbered. Let them rot away in a moral intern cell. I've said all I will.
Okay, then that's that. Point to your head. But I know. But you did do it.
I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slaughtered, trampled.
By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you meant, Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June.
Dude's got an idea of what the working class can and can't do, like he's a Harry Potter, like, house, dude. Listen, I don't know if you can go. Slytherins are not brave, okay? If you were gonna do something brave, the Sorting Hat would have put you in Gryffindor, okay? If you were gonna lie to somebody, well, should have been a Slytherin, all right? If you wanted to do well in school, you need to stay in your lane, dude, okay?
Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor.
Didn't you just say, why do the liberals make everything about race? And it's not even worth discussing? And now here you are? See, he's stepping all over everything that he says, dude. He can't even keep his story straight in the 2 hours we've been talking to him. I don't know about that.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
With his shaky finger, he points to the city, toward the crater near the plaza where a lovely, lonely pine tree stands.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
You'd like to kill him.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
A treat. Better served for later. He's a pleasure delayer.
I don't even know if I should say this. Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Well, Renee's dead, so...
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Suggestion, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I've got everything, but I got all I need. He died of old age.
No,
Yeah.
I waited too long. I waited too long, and now he's dead?
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
Suggestion's a punk anyway. You had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
You cared about him.
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. And now, God damn this world.
You okay, Mr. Dross?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love, to colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
Dude's messed up. He's so manic that he might snipe someone in the head and then immediately cry. Be like, I love them. Oh my God, why are they dead? I don't understand. I feel like he could just snap his finger and go from like psycho killer to mourning their loss and just cry, like bawling his eyes out instantly.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure. An idea told to him by grown-ups from radio towers and leaflets in beautiful print when he was still a teenager. Everything is possible if we fight. And then he lost it. So did they all.
Glad we talked about what?
Yosef Lilianovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of the Crenell Colonel here in Martinez.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The old man's eyes fill with sudden, unexpected terror. What?
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officer on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be provided legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days.
Do you understand?
Do you understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes full of terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
We don't need your permission. We do need to talk about that boat, though. How are we gonna take him?
Perception, hearing. Wait! +1, cold to Mama Takwa. What? Always appearing at strange times. Wait.
There it is again.
Oh, I almost
To
missed.
your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat?
Shh, Kuno. Do you hear that?
What?
What a farce. What are you talking about? Is this really us?
The old man's voice drowns in a sudden gust of wind.
Your skin crawls.
No way! Ah! It was here the whole time!
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
It was here the whole time. Blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
Kim! Dude, Kim, check... Oh, hey, Kuno, check this out. Tell Kim I wasn't lying, okay? We both saw this, right? What is that?
What are you talking about?
The old man looks at the reeds, then at you. The giant stick insect!
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you, with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
Got stick bugged.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There it is. I see it. I've finally gone insane. Kuno, you seeing this?
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kuno, you see it?
Yeah, I can fucking see it.
Kuno sees it!
Thank God. If he can see, then maybe you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very careful.
The kid whispers, then takes a step toward the giant arthropod. Excuse me? I'm gonna talk to the Phasmid and this dude's gonna escape. I'm gonna get the worst ending. Inspect the Phasmid.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
Kuno, watch out. This Phasmid's got a breech-loading rifle. I think that the man was just putting on a big show, trying to cover for the real killer. The Insulindian Phasmid. He's on the island. He's tall and has a good view. He's got multiple arms, so he could definitely operate such a breech-loading rifle from the sniper nest. And look how many eyes he's got. He probably doesn't even need a scope. Bingo.
Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Electrochemistry actually is gonna do something. Wow. We got Lena's childhood experience, the miracle way out in the west, laid the pheromone on thick. I did lay the pheromone on thick, and it didn't wash off, apparently, either. Listen carefully. Should I even do the other ones or just approach right off the bat? I'm afraid I'm going to scare it away if I do the other ones. But also I want to see what else happens before I approach it, but maybe we should just go for it. Wasn't expecting this to be on. Me neither, Artorias. I thought we were almost about to book this dude and then Phasmid appears, a cryptid. All right. I have a 97. Please don't fail a 97 now, please. Thank God.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the Phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals.
Not even close. He was like 22.
The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
It's smelling me. Raise your hand slowly. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
Shut up, Half-Light. I don't trust anything you say. Raise the other hand, too.
As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own. They are white, like stalks of porcelain, knitting above you, praying to you.
I think it's just mimicking us. Don't pray to me. I'm nothing.
The reed creature does not stop its stridulations. It towers above you, parting the reeds it emerged from. Tuft-like structures still rustle on its joints. Perhaps it is preparing to eat its god.
It's smelling me.
This is so sick. It likes you.
The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding, like lunglets. Breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. Chat, I'm not Raphael anymore because I saw a phasmid. Time to drop the costo. I'm Harry now because I saw the phasmid. I saw the cryptid, whatever they're called, phasmid.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Kuno, it's foaming.
Whoa. Maybe it's poison. Fucking hell.
The kid watches you apprehensively.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell.
Oh
Like
no!
summer burning.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our phasmid. Dude, I actually have a pretty good chance. I have a white check. Spoke to the hanged man, did not give up on the phasmid, and knows of parthenogenesis. It's not bad. It's a white check.
Nothing. Its simple eyes give off no flicker of light. No one is home. The twitches of its limbs are insect-like, unknowable, perhaps without substance even.
I want there to be more.
Mute, the insect foams from its mouth parts, tilting the plates of its fused-together head from left to right, without reason.
Disengage slowly.
As you back off, the phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. Something tells you the next time you engage and disengage, it will probably flee.
Something was the game.
The arthropod follows you with its antennae. As you back off, the cracks and hisses of the tape that's come to its end grow more distant.
Chat, shh! Shut up! You guys don't even know how to play this game. You can't retry a check until you leave a conversation and re-enter. Okay? Shut up.
How do you redo white checks? I forget. I only play this game for 90 hours.
Hissing and clicking, the arthropod extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you again. You're right below it, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs.
You better
its
win.
Small eyes look at nothing in particular.
I exist.
Barely. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
What, Chad, what's Wonderbar? Fire burning. It's Wonderbar. Is that good? I'm ill. I actually am pretty ill. Let's go with ill.
What is your illness?
My body aches. I'm bleeding. I'm ill in my head. I'm insane. In my heart, for me, it's sadness. Input after input. All these are true? Chad wants to go with sadness. Even though I literally got shot twice. Okay. Hi, what's wrong with you? I'm just so sad. Are you sure it's not the, like, 2 bullets that went through your body and, like, the 2 days that you slept after you passed out from the sheer pain and also the pool of blood? I'm just very lonely. Very lonely. That's really what's affecting me the most right now in my day-to-day. Bullets make me sad. In my heart, for me, it's sadness. Input after input.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards. But that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding.
You guys want some unexpected sugar rewards? I got some extra jelly beans.
I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
Hi, I exist. I exist too. What's it like to be you? I don't know, I feel kind of sad. How about you? Well, I definitely don't have a soul. I'm having kind of a phasmid existential crisis going on right now. I'm not really sure what happens when I die, but listen, I feel like my day-to-day existence is being intruded upon by some kind of external darkness. Could you help me with that, please? You're the type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. The fuck is happening to me right now? I don't think the Phasmid would respond well to that, but it's pretty funny. Oh, you guys tied it. I think Harry's still figuring out what he wants to do. Let's go with 3.
I don't know. You're just a shadow for me. Far away, faintly transmitting, but for a curious smell.
You know what, though? I do have to take the good with the bad. We're getting over it. We're solving the case. It's got to count for something. We found the Phasmid. If I wasn't me, I wouldn't have found you. You know, Phasmid? That's how I feel right now.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation.
Okay, I've been awake for so long. I've been streaming for so long. I've been playing this game for so long. I just had like a weird out-of-body experience because I'm talking to a Phasmid right now, and I was like, am I dreaming? Hang on. Is this real? I actually been here the whole time? I'm like talking to a phasmid now in the game. Like it's starting to freak me out in real life.
Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
I changed my mind. I want to be you. It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping it together now.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you.
Got the power of insects on my side.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
I'm just a leaf eater too. Oh, I'm just a cute leaf-eating phasmid.
I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Also that. I was born to detect the killer. I was born to detect you. Sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. I was born to detect you. I'm the only one who's ever found you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Is this a dream? What's happening?
No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All of this, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lilies.
We need to know. Perhaps sent by a god?
I think we should eat it. It is a leaf. You can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Wait, so
So, wait, you look like a reed and you eat reeds?
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another reed phasmid?
Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
Yum yum. My younglings. Yum yum. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
The boys!
it may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
Shut up, Half-Light.
No, no one believed I exist.
Well,
Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries.
you...
Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
not what it says. You said that before. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Simonese islanders who came here first but did not stay have not seen me. A bug.
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
You have a lot of, like, awareness of your location. Are you poisonous?
Yes, I do not have a Stardew display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, it is only destructive over long periods of time.
Yes, smiley face.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
Are you really going to attribute his craziness to the phasmid and not just being a diehard communard for the entire duration of his life? Are you the miracle?
No, you are the miracle.
It was you, coming from the west, from the whirling. You were coming.
How?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Time to find out what the pale is from nature. Also, I'm going to crank the volume. If you have a headphone in, listen to your left headphone. It's got this weird, like, echo voice. It's freaking me out. I've started honing in on it. I'll crank the volume for this. What's the pale?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
The pale is a nervous shadow cast into the world, eating away at reality. Great unnatural territory. I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
I have a lot of thoughts on that I can't really iterate at 7 in the morning.
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
Blink quick. Have I always thought this way? But I want to blink and undo 12 billion years of matter expansion. This is the gloaming I've been waiting for. Ever since I woke up in the hotel room. I've already forgotten the whole world once, when I drank too much. It's true.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Yeah, that's what happens when I uninstall the game after I see the credits. It'll be like none of you ever existed. Kuno, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
Doesn't look like you're spazzing out. Kuno knows all about seizures.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at the giant insect.
I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Cool. So's Kuno. Kuno's also having a vision of a giant insect. And it's real. Back off before it eats you.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
No, there are no more. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the scariest. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the most beautiful.
Peepo chat. Peepo type. Chat vote.
Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For freedom.
What? What woman?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, he smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
Oh, turn and go forward from the ruin of your old relationship. I was thinking literally the ruins of the island that we're standing on. I thought they were telling me to leave this dude here. I was like, how does that relate to the woman? I will try.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
I am just a 3-meter stick insect. I tell you the things you need to hear in order to finish the game. I am just so cute. I eat leaves. Yum yum.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
All right. Oh. Anyway, like I was saying, you're under arrest, all right? A weird, legendary phasmid. No one's going to believe me except me and Kuno saw it, so this is one of the guy, even though you're an idiot. You're still under arrest, by the way.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone. Between those reeds there. Fucking Etalyx.
What's in the water?
The fuck? Is that ceramic?
It's going to be the helmet.
And more stuff. Like a nest in the reeds. We should peep it. Fucking hell.
What now?
The old man behind you says suddenly. He's put his hand to the ash.
Yeah, Grandpa's not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Okay, well that was... Oh my goodness. Fairweather T 500 helmet. 1 half-life. Wowee. Okay, relax. And the rifle scope?
Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Too bad it's too late for the big showdown.
Don't think this helmet would have helped anyway.
It would have looked very impressive. Still, you found it all. Now your mortal coil is completely protected. Few cops are this futuristic.
At least I am now truly invincible. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care about the stats. Doesn't matter. The stats don't matter right now. Hold on, just let me have this. Where's my... Okay, gloves are already on. Boots. Is that it? Are there pants? Did I just not find them? I think it... Are there pants? Is it 4-piece or 5-piece? -1 perception, shivers, suggestion, and empathy. That seems bad. I don't... Dude. -3 suggestion. Pants are gone. Pants are gone. Take the Pyrrolodon out. Get empathy and inland back. I don't think we really need it. Suggestion at a 3. Oh, authority at a 4. Still good. Empathy's only a 2. I'm just gonna do this for RP. What if I need a point? I don't care. I have an extra point. I'm just gonna do this for RP. I want to be empathetic with all my armor on. Book. Evidence. Clausier's passport. This well-traveled passport with visa stamped in it is issued to the Republic of Aranye. You found in the Phasmid nest.
This passport, issued by the Sovereign Republic of Oranje, is issued to a black-haired woman called Katarzyna Alazie.
Well, she was truthful the second time.
Clausia's hidden documents from the empty boy. She said that the false passport would be for Anouk Maya Smith.
She had her real name. Look at the photo.
It's Clausia, with short black hair and glasses. She looks boyish, younger somehow.
Why was this in the Phasmid nest?
Fuck if I know. Maybe it's collecting shit. Like an octopus can get, like, curious.
A curious octopus would do something similar, or even a cuttlefish.
It says, Katarzyna Alazie, whatever.
Okay, so what? Loop Kuno in on this?
Katarzyna Alazia was supposed to be her real name, where Clausia comes from. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Goddamn.
I just clicked it because it was there.
I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city. She moves fast.
Thanks, Buttercup. Have a good one. She told me it was her real name. It wasn't even this.
Cool. Got lied to. Double lied to. I get it. You cops need the Kuno on stuff like this. No one lies to the Kuno.
What's her real name then?
Kuno's gonna say, it's not any of the things you think it is. Kuno'd have to get deep into this shit. But whatever it is, you got played here, that's for sure.
The girl on the passport looks at you with no answer. She is not Katarzyna Alazia, or Anouk Maya Smith, or Clausia. That much is sure. The winds are silent. The streets are empty of her. She is no longer in the city of Revachol.
Well, all right. Anyways, there have been some distractions, sir. I apologize for my unprofessionalism, but I saw a once-in-a-lifetime sight just now with my partner here. So thank you for your patience.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the Phasmid?
See.
He stares at the reeds and falls silent. Mr. Dross.
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Snap your fingers under his nose. Wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly. The boy waves his hand in front of the old man's face. The trembling mouth appears to sigh. There's no other response.
Yeah, this fried him. We gotta bring him to a doctor. Good news, this solves our boat and Piggy's problem. He's not going anywhere. He's trapped here.
We found some things in the Phasmid nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Tap the helmet on your head.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even
They knew I'd
rage
put it
left
on.
wherever he is. The last embers have gone out. The war is over.
I can't believe that helmet, man. I kicked it into the fucking ocean and it washed up here. Oh, do you think the Phasmid brought it here?
Show him the passport.
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80.
How about the scope?
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
Hey, you took the shot, bang, and got rid of the evidence. Bug brought it back. Sound about right?
What a weird ending this is now.
Silence. Not even a sigh.
I'm gonna let you rest now, Mr. Dross. I can't make heads or tails of anything that's going on here.
The plastic cape flaps around
gotta
his
stretch.
face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched, and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
He's not gonna answer, but what happened to you?
He's old and fried. Kuno's seen this, like, after a massive bender. Kuno's dad.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yeah, and then there's that shit. Gramps couldn't take it. It was too much.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
He couldn't see it, Kuno. It's just the reads for him. Before, when I evaluated him, he seemed strangely animated. I think he's addicted to the phasmid.
Like, hooked on the lightning.
He has displayed addict behavior, and not just to painkillers.
True. He's got those gern eyes, doesn't he?
Don't talk about missed events, please, chat. I went to Etal's page to watch a VOD. The uptime's concerning. I'm also concerned, Kira. I'm concerned, too. It's definitely toxic. The phasmid told me so.
Told you, when you were doing your long-standing thing. You're one crazy cop, you know. Kuno digs it.
Before, he seemed strangely animated.
Yeah, Kuno knows hobos, and Kuno has never seen a hobo sharp like this after so many years of hoboing.
Perhaps this animation's induced by something in the phasmid itself.
Yeah, because look at him now. Not so sharp, is he? And it's gone. Left. Perhaps it's like, kept him going. Like the drink and the lightning keep my old man.
Could it be something hormonal?
You mean like horny?
Yeah, he seemed a little off for a man his age.
I mean, he was pairing on that Clausier party lady weirdly hard. Yeah, maybe.
He also couldn't see it, Kuno.
How? Like, it's pretty fucking huge. How?
No response.
Maybe this phasmid... This is how the phasmid stayed hidden all these years.
Then how the fuck did we see it? Oh wait, the longer it's there, like it needs time to sink in, and if you spend time with it.
Then you forget that it's there, which is exactly the fear that it intimated to us. Was that I would blink and it would be gone. I wouldn't know that it was there anymore.
Yo, you ever seen a giant fucking insect?
Like the pail. He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in... Of it? Who knows how much of it in its company? I don't know what... Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, you see that too? Got a little jumpy there, didn't you? I know that vibe. I'm off me lightning too.
Hang tight.
Yeah, old man, hang tight. Let's slowly start shuffling off Death Island, okay? We're about done here.
Use the boat to return to the mainland. The boat. Chat, I gotta stretch. It's stretchy time. This case is gonna blow everyone's mind. Yeah, I feel like no one's gonna believe us. It's gamer death stretch time. Dude, I'm losing. I've lost it. I lost it an hour ago. I'm sorry I'm not like I can't be entertaining or do anything funny or cool right now. There were no +2s left on this stream. There's just the grind, dudes. There's just the grind, dudes. Dorito said that this was gonna take 5 hours. Maybe. It's been almost 14 hours. And streamer time honestly doesn't have anything to do with it. We've just been listening to dialogue.
ICN. This feels familiar somehow.
Hold on. Listen, relax, game. I gotta just give me a stretch. Gamer stretch. I need a water. I'm dying. Get that blood pumping. grab a water. Okay. All right. Do some squats. More squats. Even more. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna actually die gamer death at this rate. Kuno, what's the ICM?
Is this a case for Detective Kuno? Idiot Cat Moon, inside car motors. Is Kuno magic? He is. Case solved.
Sounds an awful lot like.
Sounds like the RCM.
Yeah, pig. That's letter shift for you. The alphabet.
Dude, the alphabet's kind of crazy. A white star, too.
Shit looks upside down to Kuno.
Yep, it's probably the communards version of us.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Those some stars, too?
Dunno, maybe. Sorta looks like stars to Kuno. Or like islands, maybe? Fuck does Kuno know?
Jay, you want to know what this stream has been like? I'm going to show you what this stream has been like.
Thank you, Kuno. It's the DeLorean symbol of Insulinda, the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it still doing here?
Who the fuck's gonna move it? The island janitor?
I don't know, Kuno. I'm just thinking out loud.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Return. Let's go.
Oh yeah? We did good shit here, detective.
How did you even get here? Did you go by airship?
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet.
Well,
But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you.
uh-oh.
2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer.
You
The
better-
sea is calm.
I know who it is. It's Esprit de Corps. There's only 3 people it could be.
You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
This is the sub sound.
It's my subscribers. Hello, Remo. Good morning. Happy birthday, by the way.
Look what the tide brought in.
Finally took off the dude's wig. Thanks for 22 months of sub. Crather, thanks for the bits. Vorbara subbed an hour ago. My apologies, Vorbara. I'm out of it. But thank you if you're still there for subscribing. The man without sunglasses says suddenly his expression changes.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it.
I'm wearing like the full Merc set.
Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Yeah, you guys are in a weird array. Like you're about to capture me. Can we just talk for a sec?
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Forget about this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
He points at you with both hands. Wait, you're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
What? What of the armor? No one else seems bothered.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Now that you start thinking about it, maybe they were afraid of you.
Half-Light, like always, you don't know what you're talking about. I literally just put it on. Yeah, I'm a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Vic, calm down.
Kuno, you got my back, right?
We're all pigs here.
He nods to you, then straightens his back.
Even though we're all pigs here, you and Kuno are more pigs than the rest of the pigs. He'll have your back, only later.
Who are you guys?
Hello, Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yeah, actually, I knew you were gonna come back into this story somehow. You were standing out there next to the thing for too long.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
He gestures towards his companions.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Task force. Cool. On the Kuno. We just came from the fucking island.
He points to the seaford.
Listen, Kuno.
The man assesses the kid like a strike team leader about to kick in a door.
Arye and I are old friends. From way back. Mind letting us have a moment?
You could have had a moment in the hostel. What were you doing the whole time?
Won't be long. I just need to talk to Harry about some of the things I think he's done wrong lately.
Good luck with that. Sounds like you're in some shit.
Get this over with.
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is an intervention. You gotta tell me to stop doing speed. I already stopped doing speed. I've already solved all the crime, okay? I don't have no more crime, no more speed. All right, easy.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent. It's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
Got a point, Authority.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
How'd you know I was here? You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. So, Trant Heidelstein turns out to be special consultant Trant Heidelstein. Duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk, and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this. Kuno. Tell me at least you are who you said you are. Kuno. Are you the Kuno?
Fuck, pig. As you snooped out. Name's Kuno, not Kuno. Let's get on with our lives. I'm Kuno. It's known now. Stop staring at me.
I can't even trust my own partner. I even have the wrong name for my own partner, Kuno.
Just try not to shit yourself, please.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid, that's you.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasmid, the case,
Despite all I've done,
No, because of all that you've done.
bro, I did a lot. How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
After all that Sylvie stuff, he betrays me. I saved his establishment, and still he betrays me. Turn to face the general direction of the whirling and yell, "Damn you, cafeteria manager! You have betrayed me for the last time!" I understand. Okay, Gart told you. I don't even know. Chat, do your thing while I crack this water open. You've betrayed me for the last time. Plankton option. That is the plankton.
Speaking of which, the giant aerograffito in front of the building, the one that's burning, did you do that?
I mean, I lit it on fire, but I didn't paint it. I lit it on fire.
I knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trond? I told you it was our shit kid.
The line is from Lu Jiatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of... Good choice, Harry.
He looks around and noticing the impatience of his companions. Good choice.
he is correct. It was the Seraïs poet Lu Jiatun who, in the 50s of the last century, composed her.
This song is a banger.
Don't encourage him, Trond.
Okay.
You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends. I just have a stupid head. I'm truly sorry, officer. Patrol officer, glad to make the acquaintance. Let's put the past behind us. We're still friends. I just have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on Earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
So, Trant Hiddleston turns out to be special consultant Trant Hiddleston?
Yes, I'm Trond Heilestam. I never said I
Heilestam.
wasn't Trond Heilestam.
Hiddleston. Wait, what was up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
His son? What a joke. Everyone is lying to you.
Oh yeah? Then where is he now, special consultant?
I sent him home. Mikhail's with his mother. We share custody.
I told you. He's one drink away from killing someone.
I wouldn't quite say that. But yes, he is displaying aggression not atypical of late-stage alcoholism.
So, what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
You mentioned task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn major crimes unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trent fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume Bevy.
I don't know Guillaume. Unless it's Guillaume Lemillon. That's the only Guillaume I know.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Okay, first, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left, because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Trent, because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There! He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, Angie baby. It was going to be funny. But then, you really did have brain damage. So, not so much anymore.
So what does our unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We're shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
You say that, but I just solved the best case, like, you've ever seen, dude. They're gonna write books about this. They're gonna make video games about this. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal and I took 2 bullets.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we are cramping your style. You're detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Did I do that, chat?
And you were probably right too. I would have never let you abduct a kid and take him on a creepy boat trip in the middle of fucking March.
You talking about Kuno? Major Kuno wasn't abducted, you fucking fat dink. Fuck out of here.
Wait. So, you let me face a squad of trained killers? Just to teach me a lesson alone? All will burn, satellite officer. Make no mistake. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why would you leave a literal police god? I said all those things? I'm not like that anymore. Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Why didn't you detect or die?
Oh, you think it was cool? You saying that? Aesthetic somehow? You were crying when we got here. Breaking things. You said we were going into the abyss. None of us wanted to see the abyss, so we fucked off. Like you told us to.
Apparently I said that. None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trent, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pal, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
I trusted you, Trent.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Wait, socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor that I lost my memory? I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering it. I made it all up, it was a fantasy, a stupid joke, I know what I am. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. I'm a highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something so sad has happened. It was experimental. This is a straight lie. Something so sad happened to me, I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. No, screw that. There is a 2mm hole in the world, guys. You have to believe me.
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain? Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
I understand why we didn't solve any crimes before, because we got this jackass who will literally doubt every word that comes out of my mouth, no matter what, and have some sass to back it up with, okay? So, like, no wonder I wanted to work alone to get away from him, so I could actually solve something.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vicmere. It's Martinez.
I'll explain later, but there's another man who's lost his memory. A crab man. I knew you would be too close-minded to understand the anomaly. Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez.
Yes. Anomaly. Look, I get it. In your delirium, you came up with an anthroponetic explanation for why you're such an insane drunk. And I understand. I've been there. Perhaps it's not because he's a petulant teenager in a 40-year-old man's body. Perhaps it's pale-related? Perhaps it's extra-physical?
It actually is pale-related if you just let me finish.
Or perhaps it can be cured with mesmerism. But then I think, no, that's unlikely. He's probably just an asshole. A drunk asshole who pretends to have amnesia to get out of shit.
But Detective Vicmere, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the New World mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What?
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures toward the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trump, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a crétin now? I want to know that.
I don't know what that meant. Like a magnetic reader on the world tape. I wanted to submerge myself so far into the case that I blanked my mind so that I could become one with it.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong, I'm too far gone. I don't want to be in your unit. What now? Proceed. I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty? Or do we need to get him on the disability pension?
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid. You can put your clothes on hard.
What now?
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Just stand there.
Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Can you guys listen? There's a man coughing up blood and dying. He confessed to the crime that I came here to solve over a week ago. All we gotta do is go pick him up in the boat, put him in the back, and there's a hole in the world. Can we go? Do we do something? There's a phasmid. Jesus. My partner's in the hospital. Feign ignorance. It was stolen. That wasn't me. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. The time had come. Tequila sunset. Listen, I drove it in the ocean when I was drunk.
So refreshing. It just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property. That's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
What I do have is this futuristic armor. Tap your helmet. Got my badge right here, you nerd.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand. You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground, some 2 meters away.
He found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
The man stares at you, unimpressed.
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
Gun. Wait, how did you know I lost my gun? I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna reveal. I never told them that. My gun's right here. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. These are all things. Things don't matter. People do. My gun's right here.
Phew, he has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
There are no drugs in my system. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm also on drugs. I tried not to, but I can't work as well without it. I didn't lose my gun. I have my gun.
We're not talking about the fucking gun anymore. We're talking about the vaporized cloud of ethanol coming from your mouth.
This is so unfair. He knows you have the gun, and still he's punishing you.
So what? I had a little drink.
A little drink? You smell like a corpse. I'm downwind, and I can barely breathe. You smell like shit.
Rather smell like shit than look like shit.
You let a suspect escape, Harry. Classier is something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
I was with, where's Kim Kitsuragi, okay? He was there. She's also not, I have the guy. I have the guy!
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Claudia, she was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped. She pulled one on me. Yeah, I let her go as an act of mercy. That's a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. Doesn't matter. None of it does. We're looking at the oxygen holocaust times a quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe. I do think she was some kind of spy. I don't know. She was something weird, for sure. She did have some special training, but I don't think we got all the intel on that because we weren't better than her. Let's see what chat says. All right, I think we were already gonna go to the island before that. So you overruled. This is a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about.
Sure, if it's part of your master plan. Let's not even get into the other suspect who also escaped. Another detail, or the fact that you're Everard Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That small-time stuff, that's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote.
You guys are pretty dumb.
Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is barely clinging to life in the hospital. Harry, it was fucking mass murder.
Yo, I'm gonna stop you right there, fuckface. It's Kuno time.
He's finally tagging in.
That's it. The cavalry has arrived.
I did everything I could. The company had hired unvetted.
No, you've explained enough, pig. Kuno takes care of this shit now. First of all, yo, those guys were all f***ed. The guys in the armor, f***ed. The Union guys, f***ed. So yeah, suck Kuno's dick. You don't know me. You don't know what happened here. You don't know this shit. Automatic fucking weapons. Urban battleground shit. Battle lines drawn in blood. Blood meridian. You don't know this shit. Now, Kuno wasn't there. Right, you getting this? Kuno was breaking it up with Kuno's main bitch, see? Parting of the ways shit. But when Kuno got there, Pig had fucking cleaned up. Blood and ruin. Smoked all those dinky fuckers. Saved this shit. Martinet shit. I see he's mourning and shit. His main pig got semi-wasted. Sent to the boo-boo mobile. Kuno steps up. Kuno fucking fills those shoes. Big boy shoes. Detective Kuno.
Detective Kuno.
He comes to a sudden, abrupt stop.
The boo-boo mobile.
Are you done?
Yo, Kuno feels like you weren't really listening to Kuno. You were hearing, but you weren't listening. Fucking the armor boys came to Martinez to fuck shit up. Hardy boys or whatever the fuck they are. They were telling everyone and their mum how they wasted one of those armor fucks. It was always gonna go down like that. My pig stepped up, got fucked in the leg for it. Sacrifice style.
Not bad, Kuno. Could be a little shorter, though.
Yes, I understand. He was in the fight.
Second, you dinky fucking asshole. This pig right here. This oink oink motherfucker solved that shit on Death Island. Case solved. Go home or fuck off.
Yeah, and he's not 10, he's fucking 12! Kuno, if you're gonna interrupt, make it snappier. Yeah, go home. Look, point is, we solved the case. Look, point is, we saved as many people as we could. I thought you guys were gonna pick one. Oh, you did. Wait. No, you didn't. I thought you were gonna pick one. Listen, I gotta step up the bat for Kuno. After all that, he's not 10, he's 12.
Yeah, Kuno's been around, seen shit, real shit. He's not a fucking toddler.
All right, now we can do the one you picked. Point is, we solved the case.
Yeah, some fucked up grandpa did it. Fucking grandpa in the woods or some shit. Old shit. Kuno doesn't know about that. Look, the real shit here is...
It was a straggler from the revolution who stayed in hiding for 50 years. I found him.
Yeah, straggler, sure. Are you getting this smart shit? The old fuck killed him. Confessed to it too. We got him snitching on himself. Popo style.
A straggler from the revolution.
Yes, Jean!
Yeah, fucko. He's on the island right now, in a coma or some shit. Oh, and we also got the gun. Gun of the killer shit. You know what I mean? Now, let's get our big boy shit on.
He may have committed other murders over the years. We have him confessing to one too, a big one.
Yeah, big shit. We're taking them all down. We're cleaning this shit up. Now, listen up, Sue fuck. You're gonna shit yourself because it's gonna get wacko natural.
Wait, it's not gonna get that. Oh yeah, it's gonna get wacko natural. Tell him, Kuno.
4-ton mantis on the island?
What? Sorry, kid. Me and Harry need to.
Yo, this is like the biggest moment in history right now. You wanna fucking listen to what's coming out of Kuno's mouth?
He points to his crooked scowl.
We saw a giant insect, white as fuck. Literally the Insulindian phasmid or some shit. Praying mantis style. It was 3 meters tall, and this pig right here.
His hand is shaking with rage and excitement.
This fucking old popo discovered it. Me and the pig bacon discovered a new species. It was beautiful. It was... You ain't seen this kind of animal before? Fucking miracle shit. This case, this fucking grandpa shit, this ugly shit, it's nothing. We saw a ghost. A real-life ghost. Like he fucking proved ghosts are real. It's that big, popo. It's fucking...
His eyes are welling up now.
Why are you not fucking shitting yourselves? What's wrong?
He glares at the officers who stand silently in the cold wind. In the distance, a wave breaks.
Did he just say Insulindian phasmid?
I don't know. I zoned out. Harry, did you just pick up some island bum and pin it on him?
I will kill you, Jean, just to make this case faster. And then, listen, as long as they put that case off until we solve this one, I'll be fine with that, okay? Just let me finish my shit, and then we can handle yours.
You aren't fucking listening. The bum is nothing. This is science history here. It was the Insulindian phasmid. It's connected to the shit. Tell him.
There was an Insulindian phasmid, and it may be connected to the case.
Lieutenant, please. You have to have more than just a mantis. The straggler, stick to that. You said you solved the murder.
It's not going well. Present something now. Something sane and clear. Make your case. Something that proves you haven't lost your mind.
Dude, I am wearing like Miltech hardware. I found, like, I have items in my inventory pockets that I got. Where else would I have gotten them from?
No, there was a giant insect, and they have to understand that. You will find proof. Don't give up.
Thanks, Felicia. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life looking for proof now. I also started a nightclub and a drug lab in the church. The killer, Lilianovich Dross, we have a strong motive for him. You have to believe me, there was a giant phasmid on the island. The previous head of the Debatters Union was assassinated by our killer. And I also fixed the strike situation. There was a dead man on the boardwalk. I found the missing person. I looked into the mystery of the Doom commercial. I found a man's jacket. I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad. Listen, we have strong motive.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym? Matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man would be Lillian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolutions failed, but not before making it to Revachol.
He thinks this detail bolsters your straggler theory.
It is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Okay, Trant, thank you. I get it. Harry, no more giant insects. You said you have a motive.
This narrow-minded pig. I can't fucking...
Bring him to heel. Get the kid in line. You could use his help here.
He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union. He killed him in an act of rage induced by the phasmid's semiochemicals. Actually, I'm not sure if I have a motive. I had another thing. Alright, well, here's the thing. Now we gotta, like... we can still bring the Phasmid in later, maybe, but, like, we gotta start with foundations. We gotta start with building blocks. You know? Gotta give them something to work with. We can write the report however we want later. You know? What we tell them doesn't really matter. We can write whatever we want in our report. The drugs definitely played a part. Well, I don't think I can attribute an act of rage as the only. I think the Phasmid definitely played into it. I think the jealousy played into it. He was spying on her every single day and giving her flowers. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war. I think that's also true. Let's just start with Kuno. Keep your head in the game.
Alright, yeah. Kuno's in it.
I feel like this is true, this is true, this is true. All three of these. Let's go act of jealousy, war. We can't start with Phasmid. He killed the merc in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? He's what, 80, 90? Didn't you say he's been hiding since the revolution?
Yeah, Suit. Check this shit out. The merc was banging some chick he wanted to bang, so we shot him. Chick's called Clasia.
Clasier, as in the suspect he let escape? From Kitsuragi's report?
Fucking snitch, Beano Clad. Yeah, that chick. Get over it, pig. She didn't do it. It was Grandpa on the island. Merc was fucking her, and he couldn't hack it. Kuno can hack it.
He also had political reasons. He's a trained sniper. The weapon he used, the ballistics match.
Okay. And he'll confess. To the prosecution too?
By law, the confession he made to me is admissible in court per what we told him, right? We waived his rights. So we don't really need him to confess. I don't think. He's already confessed to me. I guess the defense could call into question the status of my mental fortitude as kind of to cast doubt, I suppose. The state he's in now, I don't know, but we got a confession. He confessed to us. I think once he's resuscitated. Tries to go about the emote on for the final convo. You guys can just vote and do emotes. I think once
This
he's
is the sub sound.
and sub, I guess. I think once he's resuscitated, we got him talking once, he'll talk again.
Resuscitated? That sounds great.
Jean, he has it. No more cooperation needed. He had a civilian there for the confession. This is doable.
Okay. We'll see about it when we get Coast Guard on the island.
This left a mark. They can't deny it, son. You got the bastard. There. No one is saying anything. The silence agrees.
Chat, no one's saying anything. Hey, Articuno. Thanks for 5 months of sub, by the way. Welcome to stream
This is good.
finale.
They can't deny it.
Okay, the previous head of the Debatters Union was also assassinated by our killer,
What? On behalf of?
Edgar Clare.
For the sake of political neutrality, I would like to not partake in anything union-related.
Don't be a bitch.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
The fuck, you puss? This'll send shit flying. Trust Kuno. Grandpa laid down some real shit, conspiracy style.
If that's even remotely true, then a clandestine investigation will be required. It smells like bad news to me. A classic shit-kid case that'll get people killed or fired.
Yeah, let's just ignore the sniper killer alone on the island for 42 years, watching through the window his sexual interests. Yeah, let's just... you're right. I shouldn't have got involved. We should have just stayed off Martinez. You're right. Get some balls, man. This is why everyone left our team. There was a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in the boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know?
The body was transported to Precinct 41.
It took like
our
4
morgue.
days.
I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I fixed the strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
I moved info between the company rep and Everard until the rep came to see that the Union wants war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to go.
Go and hand the terminal over to the Claire brothers?
I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
How do you know about Al Ghul?
It doesn't matter how I know about Al Ghul. What matters is, you're Everard Claire's peony now. Just as I said. He's
I
a
am not.
mob boss, did you know?
I'm not. Maybe if you got some actual information.
Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of the previous Union head thing? To get off Everard's hook?
You fucking twisting his words again. My pig's not dirty. This is fucking paladin shit. He don't bend like that. Tell him.
It may be a small thing, but I found a man's jacket. Did I start a drug lab? I thought I really put my foot down on the drug lab. Did I not? I thought we stopped the drug lab. I was a little confused on that. Because you say I didn't, but they said I did. You guys weren't here. I was here, okay? They commented on it while I was inside. When I was talking to a cell, there was she specifically applauded me for putting my foot down on the drug lab. I think the game got confused, is what I'm saying. There was one conversation where I allowed it, but nothing else ever came about in the course of the game after that point concerning it. Not once. It never came back up. Listen, I looked into the mystery of the Doom commercial area.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is.
Rue de Saint Ghislain 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. The Cursed turned out to be possibly intrapanetical, part of my larger investigation into Martinez itself.
No, it didn't. It didn't turn out to be intrapanetical again. Enough with 2mm holes and the giant box. This isn't Paradox B. We're a police force.
Okay, if you would have accompanied me 10 feet to the north, I could take you into the church where the hole in reality is right now.
Paradox B is a fringe science magazine
We can just walk.
published in Grad. Its mission is to explain theories like telekinesis and intra-esolary power before they get out of hand.
What were you even doing in some commercial area? Your job was to solve a murder, not Martinez.
Okay, Mom, I finished my homework, and I wanted to play some video games before bed. Is that okay?
This pig helps people, okay? He's a fucking handy helper. He does that shit. He finds insects and solves side shit. It's his style. Side style.
He finds insects.
Jean, it is his style.
It's definitely your style to solve side shit.
Listen, you do have to believe me. There was a giant phasmid on the island.
No, I don't have to believe you made a zoological discovery. That is not a must. And even if you did, you're a cop. Who cares?
You know, Harry, if I may interrupt again, it would help if you had evidence. Any proof, and I'd play ball here. The pure potential would be quite something for the RCM.
Hey, let me ask, am I talking to police officers here? Okay? I just had a conversation with you 2 seconds ago about the murder, and what I was told was as long as I had me and a civilian witness, that was admissible in court. But when I'm doing zoological discoveries and possibly finding as of yet unseen legendary creatures, that same witness is not good enough? Is that what you're saying?
Suit, we have a shitload of proof. Spin it on them, pig.
Put the best proof forth, as solid as you've got.
It had gathered items in its nest, a helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Some kind of, what were they called? A bower? Yes. Things collected for a mating display. This would indicate a male, but I don't know of insects displaying bowery behavior.
Shit was there. Display the shit, pig. The shit. It's the proof.
This was there. Point to your head. This is especially strange. Show him the passport. Let's go with the passport.
It's a passport. Waterlogged paper. Nothing about this even remotely proves the existence of a giant insect. Here's my theory, Harry. You experienced a delirium hallucination. It's typical of cognitive damage. From years of chronic alcoholism, you started seeing shit in the reads and convinced this poor kid of it too.
Poor kid. Fuck you. Kuno's loaded. Can't believe you're not believing me.
The boy clenches bony fists so hard his knuckles turn white.
Maybe it's true. No, it's not true. It was there. It was real. You remember every detail of its sounds, its movements, its presence.
No, I know what I saw. It was real.
Bugs everywhere, plants turning into bugs. It's a typical hallucination. Every drunk past the age of 40 has seen it.
Have you ever had a beer before, Jean? That sounds like what 22-year-old abstinence teens thought.
If one sip of alcohol touches my lips, I will start to see strange phenomenon.
You're right about that.
Fucking Kuno doesn't have a photo camera because Kuno is fucking poor. Okay?
Kim's dead.
That sucks about the Kuno. So Kuno didn't take a fucking photo. And Kuno didn't paint a fucking picture. But it's in my head. In here. Kuno's eyes took the picture. It's right fucking here. I can't believe you're not getting this.
Kuno, please. If it's on the island, then it will be seen again. Calm down.
It's not how that works, but okay.
It will never be seen again. It wasn't seen for 100 years. Fuck Kuno and let's all pretend there was no miracle. We don't need a giant insect. Everything is so good without it in this fuckhole.
The sheer willpower in him must be making some dent in their incredulity. Some part of them must be thinking, if he is that certain, and they are not. Come on.
Fuck it. I believe him.
She looks at Vicmare and shrugs.
I knew it. The bitch sees it. Bitches are fucking smart. But you dicks are dumb as fuck. It's real. I told you.
Ugh. It may just be a small thing, but I found the man's jacket.
You're right. It is a small thing. Does anyone care about a jacket? No one? See? No one cares.
Wow. No wonder everybody hates cops, dude. They're all like you guys. I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad. I feel like that's going to backfire on me because I've got all the drugs on my person. Like, all the drugs are on my person now. So let's just ignore 1, ignore 9, and we just gotta go. So, what do you want to say? Want to take this hot shit back?
No. Sure, you got the case together. You can do police work in bouts. That's not a surprise to me. Even the insect? I don't care. But you're an alcoholic, and you've been drinking again. I won't let my life unravel because of this.
Your life kind of, like, sucks. What were you even doing while I was out here helping an entire city and town solve, like, every single one of their problems from the top down, huh? Where were you? Like, staying in another hotel in Jamrock? Like,
He has. That's true.
yeah, he says the guy wearing wigs and sunglasses for, like, funny jokes. Okay, cool.
It's tough. One of the toughest addictions to overcome, comparable only to heavy synthetic opiates. Even morphine is easier to kick than alcohol, statistically. The odds are against him, especially at his age.
He's too old. He's been like this for too long. I've seen him try many times. It's
I
a
really
farce by now.
have had a very reasonable amount of alcohol over the last 8 days. Now, speed and Pyrrolidon, that we may have done a little too much of.
They're leaving. They're all turning away from you. No, you can figure it out. Replace it. Replace the alcohol with amphetamine or GBL. Fuck it. Morphine. Graffito removal agent. Anything. It'll buy you time. All you need is time. If you declare yourself a doomed man does not need comfort from anything. He can go on without drink or help, like a clockwork, for revenge. Think you can detect in Jamrock, Boogie Street, Coudon, Leroyam, Underground, Coal City, on the 881. It will all be yours to sift through when the last snow has melted. Stop and you can go to the burnt out quarter and meet me there, wafting above the burnt ruins, like the smell of caramel. Le Retour is waiting.
Oh, are these the results of the traits that spoke up for me? Suggestion, electrochemistry, conceptualization, rhetoric, perception, and shivers? My life is forfeit. All I'm good for is this work. I will quit. I need to be the greatest, Jean. I was born for this. I will stop to be better. I know it's difficult to believe, but I'll do it for myself and for my life. I'm not that person anymore. I became something else, and that something else will quit. I will win, Jean. I swear to God in Revachol, I will win. I can't live without this job. I'll go. I'll go. There's only one answer that isn't I'm gonna quit or go, which is weird. I will win is kind of an unhealthy thought process, though. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I get that they're about quitting drinking, but I feel like the game's overblowing my character's drinking problem. At least in as much as I haven't really had much to drink in the last 8 days. Maybe 3 sips, maybe 5 total. Not even a whole bottle. Not even a whole bottle of Pilsner. So, whatever. I guess I'll just play along. Do you remember that you're always under the effects of alcohol? You don't even need to drink it. Yeah, I'm drunk right now, according to them. I don't know. I'll just let chat pick. Yeah, I'm sure he drank a lot more before the incident, but it's kind of stupid to go 8 days without drinking and then you're getting intervention from your old friends and they go, stop drinking for your own good, and it's like, I'm already not. This part of the game probably should have just been dependent on how many times you drank over the course of the game. Four sucks. You guys are wrong. I was born to be the greatest. Superstar, chat. I will stop to be better.
Listen to this shit, man.
Detective, I just don't want this trial to go on any longer. It's cold outside and let's just go.
Fucking Harry. Fuck you for bringing this kid with you. It's only because he's defending you. It's the only reason you're not staying here to die.
Why are you so hostile? I don't understand.
It's more than that. He just can't. One final time.
You manipulative son of a bitch. It is cold, and we have vehicles in the square. The perp needs to be taken into custody. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, we've been standing for like an hour. He's probably dead. I was gonna go back and get him, and then you guys interrupted me.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I got a few questions about me.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
But like, who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore,
But before.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
You guys don't even... Do you have like 0 points in empathy? Is that the problem? Did you guys all spec like half-lights, shivers, drama, reaction speed for sass, absolutely no perception, logic, rhetoric, or really anything that would help me right now? These three guys are like the worst characters in the game. All right, I don't even want to work with you guys anymore. Listen. That does explain a lot.
No, Pig, that explains everything. The running, the jumping, the guns on your arms, your whack mustache.
The collection of found sportswear I've passed.
Your lame-ass pants before. Like this fucking retro shit that's going on. Kuno's seen all this before in gym class. How you spin-kicked the kipped out, gymnast style.
The incredible stamina outputs.
Did they pick gym teacher because of my physical traits? Don't answer that.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
Oh God. Contact Mike.
You've been on about Mike again? I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition, a 5,001 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vote an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
It's been raining for like 50 minutes. You're fine, honey. Well, when was this? Was I a gym teacher? I've been waiting the whole game to find out who I was, okay? You're not just gonna like yada yada me along, alright?
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then.
You said in Quran I was a gym teacher there?
Yes, you taught gym in Coron. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
Why'd I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Kuno fucking knew there had to be something wrong if you can run like that.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No,
Cause suspect seemed to think.
you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station. Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
What? Bitches dream of the 41st? Why do you think Kuno's in this shit? Weird is, it's fucking violent. Your Captain Price just did like 1,000 people.
Thank you, Kuno. You're being kind. It's an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the C-Wing. It's not good.
We have to get the perp. We have to get the perp. Torsen and McLean.
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We're garbage.
No, Jean. I am a W freighter god, and you are my satellite officer. You are garbage. And the C-Wing?
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
And Price?
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
Yeah, that shit's fucking famous on Channel 8. Kuno hears this shit.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Why did we go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So, I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
Kuno's liking this shit. Jamrock is the real shit. Mayonnaise is fucking white as balls. See shit. This ain't a real ghetto.
Thank you, Kuno. You bring light to my day.
Listen, the Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. Remember?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
Why am I like this, by the way?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Okay, some chick, but who?
Dora something. Dora Ingelund? Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Dolores Day.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Dora Ingeland.
Something like that. Half Vasan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years.
No, it was 6. Like ancient. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
Wait, 2 old years equals 1 normal year? What? Wait, who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture. But it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is going down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first. The middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Kuno, what about you, dude? It's like 8 o'clock in the game.
Fuck do you think? Gonna rock that law enforcement shit with you guys? Detective Kuno? Like you promised?
Like you promised?
Guys, Kuno's enrolling in a junior officer program.
No, he's not. He's 12.
Kuno's fucking 19?
You have to be 15 for the junior officer program. You're not even that.
Hey, you don't get it? Kuno's got pig all over him. Kuno smells of bacon grease. Being seen with you, fucking informant shit. You think no one sees this?
He spreads his arms.
They're gonna hang me by the nuts if you leave me here. You want that on you? A dead kid? Or you want Kuno at your station solving shit? Like we just did?
His hands are shaking and his face is white. It's not the locals he's worried about, but an 11-year-old girl.
John, he has nothing. John, I want Kuno at our station solving shit. His dad's in a coma, and his only friend is gone. He was good. On the island, he can do this. Kind of want to do the lower my... If I lower my voice, does that mean Kuno can't hear me? Because I feel like if I say it loud, he's going to be embarrassed. It's going to backfire. I'm going to whisper.
I know 100 kids with nothing, Harry. We can't make them all cops.
You don't have to make them cops. Only Kuno. Kuno's an asset.
See what chat says here. Doyle, I'm dead, dude. Clive, thank you for the 500 bits, by the way, a while ago. Thanks for the uptime bits. It's already 8:30. 15 hours! This is longer than watching the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition ending. He was good on the island. He can do this.
I don't care. He can't be a cop. He's 12 and says every 4 seconds.
I won't say it. I won't say it anymore.
His teeth are clenched and his throat moves in a gulping motion.
Maybe you can take the kid with you. Enroll him a year earlier and say he's 14. If he...
I promise I won't say it. I won't say any of it anymore.
He shakes his head so hard his face turns red.
Detective Kuno Dodoita.
For God's sake. Yes, we'll do it.
Another sigh of surrender.
I got an achievement. Recruit Detective Kuno de Reuter, Junior Officer Material. All right, I'm ready.
Good.
Well, on the downside, we didn't get to finish the game with Kim, which feels like a gut punch. On the upside, at least, we got the good end for Kuno.
Fuck it. Let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
References to some of the case files that we read.
Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Big end button. Like strut. Kuno, you've got the right idea, but perhaps the wrong execution there. Your hand appears... It's fine. Look at my character! Looking like a Destiny 2 raider. This car's huge. The credits are finally rolling. We did it. 15 hours later. We did it. Woo! Gotta stick around for the possible after credit scene, of course. Why are you guys deleting celebratory channel points? I'm like so dead. I'm tired, dude. I'm fighting to even still talk after talking for 15 straight hours. How many times did I fail a near 100% roll? I failed at least 197% today. I failed an important 97, an important 80, mid 80, and a fairly important 70. That was a fun playthrough. I'm glad that in the end, things didn't fall into place exactly like we wanted, but we were able to bring it around enough. We were able to bring it around. Okay. Pump it, I guess. The voice actors. Gart, the cafeteria manager. Somebody asked if I was going to do another playthrough. No. game is gonna get uninstalled the second that I close the game. Not even 1 second after closing. I don't have another 90 life hours. But anyways, very fun game. I liked it a lot. It's a great RPG. I really enjoyed. I feel like our character arcs and the things we decided to spend time on over the course of the game did come back in the end. If there's not an after credit scene where we see Kim in the hospital, then this game loses a full point. It'd be impossible for it to be a 10. Character tier list? No. I sleep. The only thing keeping me awake right now is the possibility of seeing Kim. It was a fun journey. There was a lot of gasping. There was a lot of excitement and adventure. I feel like due to the nature, hang on. Let's turn that down. Okay, due to the nature of the choices, I can't be sure what my criticisms are that are valid versus maybe different scenarios played out for other people. Because my criticisms are based on the way that I played, I guess, and maybe the way that it was written. The like wild goose chase nature of the suspect list did not resolve in a satisfactory way because the perps just left town, which I guess makes sense, but like the underground person with the radio signal, I made the right call and like let her go instead of making her blow her brains out, and then she just never comes back. Same thing with, we talked to Clausier and Titus the whole game. Titus has a really good resolution to his arc in my campaign. Clausier had no resolution to her arc in my campaign. She was such an important character that just kind of disappeared at the end, which was somewhat unsatisfying. Did you feel like the True Killer was too out of left field? Yeah, I guess. I don't think that that necessarily impacted my enjoyment of the game because I felt like at a certain point it wasn't really about who did it. It was about the journey and the characters and their arcs, and I guess that's why most of my criticism revolves around the characters who just vanished, because I wanted some kind of closure or some reason for them to have done everything that they did up until that point, and I didn't get, like, not necessarily answers, but, like, I thought Titus had, like, the best storyline in my game. I would probably put Titus in S-tier characters, which surprises me because I would not have. I thought that the killer character. I really do think this game needs an after credit scene. I think they spent too long. They were too long-winded and too hot air with the killer, because you're getting like 3 hours of backstory on a character you didn't know was there. I think that's they need to shorten that up. Shorten that up because I don't give a shit about that character. Like, that guy could just fall in the water and die. I wouldn't care. instead spend the time writing more stuff for the things I'm talking about, like a follow-up with Kim. Resolution for like, okay, Kuno's with you. I want to see a quick clip of Kuno like joining the junior task force. I want to see like the characters I interacted with and get closure on them. I want to see what happened to the church. I want to know what happens to the hole in the world. I want to know what happens to the scientists researching it. I want to know what happens to the dancers, like the people I was interacting with. I want to see where they end up. A Fallout style conclusion, yeah. Even if it's not like a interactive dialogue, just like a here's where they ended. Let's see. Oh well. They took Kim away. I can't give you a 10. Sorry. Kim's just gone. Like not even one conversation. Honestly, that's kind of egregious. I know that like if I had rolled better, he wouldn't have gotten shot, but like what do you want me to do without save scumming? I missed one roll and he got shot. The game feels a bit rushed at the end. That's what I mean. They spend like 2.5 hours building up the character you've never met before as the killer and getting him to confess, and 0 time on like, well, Kim's been next to me the entire game. Do I even get one scene with Kim? No. So I would say in my game, from a gameplay and okay, from like a, well, I have to give 2 different ratings. So I would say rating 1 is the game itself as an RPG vehicle. I would say I wish every RPG was like that. I wouldn't even care if there wasn't combat. I just like the trait system and the seemingly dozens of ways a given character interaction can go at any given time. So that it's my favorite form of RPG that exists. Besides that, my experience as like a story, based on the rushed ending, what felt like there wasn't any closure, and I had to spend the last hour with 3 characters who I hated, my police squad. We basically spent the last 3 to 4 hours of the game where the best part of it was the psychic phasmid possible hallucination, which, even though there were some really good arcs and plots, like Idiot Doom Spiral really came through in the end, Titus really came through in the end. Everard and Joyce were interesting characters. I didn't feel like I needed closure from Joyce. It kind of felt like I told her information she wanted to know, and she, sensing danger, bugged out before everything hit the fan. So that seemed very in character for her to do. She's the only character that I think disappearing made perfect sense. Clausier could have run whenever she wanted. She just kind of chose a random story beat to escape on. Almost like she was just going to stick around long enough to solve the case, or make it so someone else could and then leave. So there was some, I think the character arcs were the best part, but as far as my overall story experience, Kuno, of course, was a shining point that I did not expect from the ending. I would say, like, it can't be a 10, it can't be a 9 for my story. Plus the whole weird, like, fascination with drinking, but no mention of the amphetamines or any of the other drugs, which feels more like amphetamines are more serious than drinking. They just are. Weirdly obsessed with my lack of drinking for the last week, and just critiquing me relentlessly. I would say like a 8-2 for just my story. I gotta take a full point away for Kim just not, for just it's unforgivable that Kim's not in my ending at all. So I would say as a game platform, the game itself is highly recommended 2 thumbs up just because of how many different directions it can go. But like in the slot machine of stories that I got out of the platform, my story was like an 8. Just because the ending was not tied up neatly in a bow. But that's what you get when you get, you know, a dozen different possible outcomes. Spend a story point to recover Kim. Elevated because of the Phasmin encounter. Yeah. Which was weirdly crammed in there too. But I understand why. But we pretty much did everything we wanted to do. I thought the smaller moments shined and the overarching plot faltered, basically. Each of the individual plots were more interesting than the main murder investigation, I guess. Basically, the murder investigation can just be summed up by nobody did it. And the other part was it was blindingly obvious that the island contained all the answers, and I was hoping, I was like, I don't want to be negative, so I'm not going to say anything to chat. But I was like, they locked this island off for the whole game. It better not be a case where the killer's there, the sniper nest is there, and on top of that, it's someone we've never even met, and it checked all those boxes. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess you just gave up on that. But I saw that coming from a mile away. I just didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to cast a rain cloud. I wanted everyone to be able to just enjoy the ending since we spent so much time on it. I didn't want to try and, like, take its legs out from under it before we even got there. It was just so obvious that the secrets were in that building with the stairs at the top that I couldn't get in till I got the right story beat and on the island. The upside is that the detective aspect is still intact, so I still felt like a detective because the footprints matter, the secret passage matters, the hole in the wall matters, the glass fracture matters, the bullet discovery matters, the hanging cover-up matters. Like that, like all the individual facets of the killing are important to uncover. And I don't mind a whodunit where the killer is someone else, but I think it was just, from a game perspective, it was locked away in a very obvious way. And once you got there, it was linear. And then you literally stand in place for the longest conversation in the entire game, while this guy slowly just becomes more and more unhinged. But yeah, basically, these are just my thoughts, my comments. I just scan over people in chat like band-aiding. Chat, we call that apologists for some of you. Just because I have a criticism with the way my game turned out doesn't mean you can't enjoy yours. That went differently. No comments on the game having politics? What about it? It had politics loosely attached. They were heavily attached, but ultimately didn't seem to impact anything in my game, outside of some really fun side quests. Yeah, there are a lot of memorable characters for sure. But yeah, one guy, I just saw one comment that was like, dude, if you did this and this, you would have gotten one conversation and that would have changed your opinion on the backstory. No. it's a game where you can't see it. They make it abundantly clear that you're not even supposed to see everything in the game. That's literally one of the principles of the thoughts that your character has to internalize. I liked how the factions, if you mean like politics from like setting up the factions of the characters, then yeah, I like that. Setting up the lore and the backstory. But I didn't feel like I needed to represent any specific type of political belief in the game itself, outside of just allowing it to help guide you like a ruler towards who you wanted to help or hurt, maybe. I distinctly remember finding the crash car and being like, oh god, and that was a dialogue option. It felt so right. I remember that one too. But yeah, I'm not even talking about like backstory or lore or the game world. I'm talking about the individual characters and the overarching story of my character. But anyways, I gotta go to bed, Chaz. 9 a.m. I think the trait system was the strongest point too, yeah. I really enjoyed customizing my character, and I accidentally meta'd my character into a XP god. So I'm really curious to see how that would have gone differently if I would have chosen some different, like, dialogue options to unlock different thoughts. So I thought that was a really good system. That's why I was saying I think the system itself, like, is a 10 out of 10. I'm just talking about, like, how would I don't even know how to make an analogy. It's like, because it's not an engine, right? I really like not just the engine, but the thousands of lines of dialogue that are all responding to choices that you've made. It goes beyond like an engine. The sheer scale and amount of work that went into creating diversity and variety in playthroughs. Yeah, and the voice acting was really good too. I wouldn't have streamed it without the voice acting. The voice acting was by and large on point. And the characters were really good. But the characters were so good that that's why it feels lacking, because they just, bye. Like, I didn't even, okay, here, I guess like this. Why even keep Kim alive if I don't get to talk to him again? They should have just killed him off. Like, honestly, I think coward move. If they had just killed him off and given me a proper send-off, and that was like a turning point for my character, like, why even put him in the hospital if I'm not gonna see him one more time? He may as well be dead. So I think it just comes down to that. I really think not like my Kim ending affected a lot of my enjoyment, and unfortunately that came down to one dice roll. And on top of that, it came down to a dice roll that took place in an event that I didn't know was going to happen, that I got dragged into, that I was not allowed to change clothes, armor, equipment, or stats before entering without reloading a save. That whole segment kind of was a linchpin of the problems that I'm having now. But then if I did it right, I wouldn't have gotten to see the Kuno end, so I don't know. There is no right answer. I think that's what happens when you make so many possible outcomes. It's impossible to satisfy everyone in all of them. I don't like that Kim's fate is directly tied to Psyche with no alternatives. Yeah, that whole segment was very Deus Ex before they added the multiple ways to solve a problem. And maybe that's why. Because once you hit that point, you're pretty much on the linear railroad until the end of the game. Once you go there, almost. And they kind of you kind of have like super sandbox freedom to tackle things in weird orders and with weird solutions. And then you kind of have to do it in a certain way through the rest of the game, or else. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to. Very like Deus Ex boss fighty in that sense. It was still satisfying to hit my roll where I shot the guy in the head. I can't deny it. But anywho, very fun. I'm glad I played it. It was a very great experience that I thoroughly enjoyed and would recommend to anyone. So, thanks for those of you who tagged along and stuck around till the end. Way, way, way past our bedtime. We'll be lucky if we even stream on Saturday at this point. We'll see what we can do. All right, I'm sending you all to the void. Good night for now, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Dusk finally concludes the Disco Elysium campaign stream. It's over. Everybody, go hit the showers, get some rest. And I'll see you again in a couple days. Or I guess tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night. I'll miss you all. I'll miss Kim and Kuno and Titus. And we never even got to see Edgar. Did we? Chat. Just did we see Edgar the whole game? We got Everart's mention of an identical twin who lives in a container. Never showed up. And on top of that, Titus's brother never showed up. There were so many name drops, like lore characters who could have. Dude, how funny would it have been if Everart's bro Edgar was just sitting in some kind of like big turtle throne, like on the island, with just a sniper rifle like attached to his chair, and he like watches over the Union from afar. That would have been awesome. He's just like he's sitting there. He's the watcher, while Everart's like the man, hands on. Dude, like Edgar being the guy would have been awesome. Whatever. Anyway, night. Bye, everybody. I see you soon.